structures. Tongue. The tongue is a muscular organ that helps the pig chew, swallow, and taste food. It moves food around the mouth during eating and contains taste buds that detect flavors. In humans, the tongue has the same digestive functions, but it is also much more specialized for speech and communication. Nares. The nares are the external nostrils of the pig. They allow air to enter the respiratory system and contain receptors that help with the sense of smell. Humans also have nares that serve the same functions, although pigs generally rely more heavily on smell for survival and finding food. Pennae. The pennae are the visible outer ears. Their job is to collect sound waves and direct them into the ear canal. Pigs have large and flexible pennae that can move to detect sounds from different directions. Humans also have pennae, but ours are less mobile and not as important for directional hearing. Forelegs. The forelegs are the pig's front limbs, used mainly for walking, balance, and supporting body weight. They contain muscles and bones similar to the human arm. In humans, the upper limbs involve more for grasping, lifting, and fine motor skills instead of locomotion. The wrist. The wrist joint connects the lower forelimb to the paw and allows flexibility and movement. Humans have a similar wrist structure, but human wrists are adapted for a much wider range of precise movements needed for writing, tool use, and hand coordination. Nictitating membrane. The nictitating membrane is a protective third eyelid found in pigs. It helps keep the eye moist and protects it from dust and debris. Humans do not have a functional third eyelid, but we do have a small fluid of tissue in the corner of the eye that is considered a leftover evolutionary remnant. Eyelid. The eyelids protect the eye from injury and help spread tears across the surface of the eye to prevent dryness. Humans and pigs have eyelids with nearly identical functions.
Muscles. Latissimus dorsi is a large back muscle that helps move the forelimb back and inward. In pigs, it helps with walking and movement, and in humans, it is used for actions such as pulling, climbing, rowing, and lifting. The intercostals are muscles found between the ribs. They help expand and contract the rib cage during breathing. Humans have the same muscles, which play a major role in inhalation and exhalation. The bicep femoris is a part of the hamstring group in the hind leg. It flexes the knee and extends the hip. In humans, it's used for walking, running, and jumping. The gluteus maximus is a large muscle located in the hip region. In pigs, it helps move the hind limbs, while in humans, it's much larger and stronger and helps maintain upright posture, supporting us walking on two legs. The semimembranosus is a hamstring muscle that helps extend the thigh and flex the knee. The semitendinosus is another hamstring muscle involved in bending the knee and extending the thigh. In both pigs and humans, it's used for movement and coordination of the lower limbs. External oblique is an abdominal muscle that helps twist and bend the body. It supports abdomen and assists with breathing. Humans have the same muscle, which is important for posture, rotation, and core strength. Triceps brachii longhead is a muscle that helps extend the forearm at the elbow joint. Humans have the same muscle, and it's used for pushing and straightening the arm. Tricep brachii lateral head is another section of the tricep muscle, and it helps also extend the arm.
Digestive system. Diaphragm. The diaphragm is a dome-shaped muscle that separates the chest cavity from the abdominal cavity. It contracts during breathing to pull air into the lungs. Humans have the same structure and function. Liver. The liver is one of the largest organs in the body. It filters toxins from the blood, stores nutrients, produces bile, and helps regulate metabolism. Humans have a liver that performs the same essential functions. Gallbladder. The gallbladder stores bile produced by the liver. Bile helps break down fats during digestion. Humans also have a gallbladder with the same role in digestion. Small intestine. The small intestine is where most chemical digestion and nutrient absorption occur. Nutrients from food pass through the intestinal walls into the bloodstream. Humans have the same organ and digestive process. Kidneys. The kidneys filter waste products and excess water from the blood to produce urine. They also help regulate blood pressure and maintain fluid balance. Humans have kidneys with identical major functions. Large intestine. The large intestine absorbs water and electrolytes from undigested food and forms feces. Humans also have a large intestine that performs the same tasks. Pancreas. The pancreas produces digestive enzymes that help break down food in the small intestine. It also produces hormones like insulin to regulate blood sugar. Humans have the same organ and functions. Spleen. The spleen filters blood, removes old red blood cells, and helps the immune system fight infection. Humans also have a spleen with similar immune and blood filtering roles. Stomach. The stomach stores food and begins digestion using acids and enzymes. Muscular contractions mix food into a semi-liquid substance. Humans have the same digestive organ and process. The male reproductive system. Testes. The testes produce sperm cells and the hormone testosterone. Humans have testes with the same reproductive and hormonal functions. Seminal vesicle. The seminal vesicles produce fluid that nourishes sperm and forms part of the semen. Humans also have seminal vesicles with the same role. Vas deferens. The vas deferens transports sperm from the testes towards the urethra. Humans have the same structure in the male reproductive system. Urinary bladder. The urinary bladder stores urine before it leaves the body. Humans have the same organ and function. Ureter. The ureter are tubes that carry urine from the kidneys to the bladder. Humans also have 2 ureters with the same purpose. The female reproductive system. The left and right horned uterus. Female pigs have a bicornuate uterus with long uterine horns that allow them to carry multiple offspring at once. Humans have a much smaller uterus without large horns because humans usually develop only one baby at a time. Ureter. The ureters transport urine from the kidneys to the bladder. Humans have the same structures. Vagina. The vagina is the canal used for reproduction and childbirth. Humans have the same organ with the same general functions. Umbilical cord. The umbilical cord connects the fetus to the placenta and provides oxygen and nutrients while removing waste. Human fetuses also rely on an umbilical cord during development. Urinary bladder. The urinary bladder stores urine until it is released from the body. Humans have the same organ. Urethra. The urethra carries urine out of the body. In males, it also carries sperm during reproduction. Humans have the same structures and functions. Uterus. The uterus is the organ where embryos develop during pregnancy. In pigs, the uterus is adapted for litters, while the human's uterus is adapted for carrying usually one fetus at a time. Thank you!